Hi everyone, welcome to the Celebrity Diaries. Wendy Williams is a former American telecaster, media character maker, money manager, and essayist. She filled in as the host of The Wendy Williams Show from 2008 to 2021, a broadly partnered TV syndicated program. Her vocational direction traverses different media stages. Beginning as a radio DJ in New York, where she acquired a reputation for her provocative style. The 2006 VH1 reality series, The Wendy Williams Experience, offered viewers a brief look into the occasions encompassing her public broadcast. Past her huge presence in communicating, Wendy Williams set out on assorted adventures, remembering creating books, showing up for movies and programs, visiting with a parody show, and laying out product offerings, for example, design gems and hairpieces. She got lofty distinctions. Remembering a star for the Hollywood stroll of distinction and enlistment into the public radio lobby of notoriety as a sign of acknowledgement. Asbury Park, New Jersey, renamed the road of her life as a youngster home. Wendy Williams is assessed to have a total asset of $60 million. Between book support and facilitating The Wendy Williams Show, the show used to round up an expected $15 million every year. Wendy Williams was brought into the world on July 18, 1964, in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Wendy Joan Williams experienced childhood in a family where training was exceptionally esteemed. The early areas of her life uncover an excursion set apart by strength and assurance. Her childhood in Asbury Park, New Jersey, was molded by guardians who were the two teachers, with her mom Shirley Skinner Williams being a custom curriculum educator and her dad Thomas Dwayne Williams an instructor and school head. The family comprising of Wendy Williams and her two-kin, a sister, Wanda Williams, and a sibling, Thomas Williams Jr. encountered a tremendous change in their residing conditions after the 1970 race riots in Asbury Park. They moved to Wayside, an overwhelmingly white upper working-class suburb in C municipality, Nuke, New Jersey. The Williams family went to a Baptist church and made yearly visits to Oak Fanes, Massachusetts. Wendy's young life was not without its provokes as specialists prescribed prescription to control her hyperactivity. Furthermore, her folks forced a prohibitive eating regime met on her after she put on weight in primary school, prompting battles with unfortunate self-perception. In spite of the snags, she was effectively engaged with extracurricular exercises, filling in as a brownie in the Young Lady Scouts and chipping in as a volunteer, and strangely, her folks imagined her future as a medical caretaker, a desire that contrasted from Wendy's own aspirations. She anyway had an extraordinary involvement with her dominatingly white school climate, where she took on white frat Ossing, empowering her to be seen as one of her white colleagues. Wendy Williams moved on from C Municipality Secondary School in 1982, an encounter that stood out from her more established sister's scholastic accomplishments. Her sister had procured a college grant at 16 years old, while Wendy, regardless of positioning 360th in a class of 363, exhibited a capability in utilizing what was named white expression. This phonetic decision permitted her white colleagues to embrace her as one of their own in any event involving racially uncaring language in her presence in her secondary school years. She didn't interface with other dark understudies, and the main shared trait she related to was their common utilization of marijuana. She moved away from hip jump music, a type famous among her friends, picking rather for a musical gang like a CDC. Wendy's rural childhood drove her to see herself as a multicultural lady who is dark post-secondary school. She sought after advanced education at Northeastern College in Boston, at first determined to turn into a TV anchor anyway. In no less than a month, she changed her concentration to radio correspondences, a choice that was met with a ton of objection from her folks. In 1986, she graduated with a 4-year certification in liberal arts degree in correspondence and a minor in reporting. During her time at Northeastern, she functioned as a circle jockey at the school radio broadcast Rob, where she led her most memorable superstar interview with rapper L. Cool J as an assistant for Matt Siegel at contemporary hit radio broadcast Wux FM. She recaps dramas on the air in a disclosure made. In 2021, Wendy Williams unveiled that she encountered date assault during her school years. Standing tall at 5'10" in, or 1.8 MERS, Wendy Williams has explored a day-to-day existence set apart by both individual difficulties and expert victories. 14 days in the wake of moving on from Northeastern, she started her profession as a disc jockey at WV's in Frederiksted, U.S. Virgin Islands, zeroing in on Calypso and Rye Anyway. Disappointment with the job and segregation from her family drove her to send list of qualifications and demo tapes to other radio broadcasts. This in the end drove her to Washington, D.C.'s yet the oldies radio arrangement demonstrated inconsistent with her character. She persisted and kept sending in tapes to different stations, getting an end-of-the-week fill-in position at New York City's WK on November 1, 1987, thusly employed full-time to work for the time being. Shifts she left Wool anyway, her residency at Bucktu Kindred just a short time before she was terminated, inciting a short spell at Ubblebeole. Short-term moves in the end. She tracked down a more stable situation at Works, at first as a fill-in have, and later getting a non-contend statement and a long-lasting morning position in May 1990 at Works. Wendy Williams J. Owned the Wake Up Club close by, Jeff Fox and Cobweb. Her fragment was called Dish the Soil, and it became well-known, highlighting tattle about rappers and Veeps. This prompted conflicts with figures like Bill Cosby and Russell Simmons, who fruitlessly requested her terminating. Developing into a well-known radio character, she progressed to have the night drive time space in April 1991. By 1993, she turned into the most elevated evaluated have in her time allotment in the New York City market, procuring GA Bulletin Radio Honor for R&B Significant Market Radio Air Character of the Year. From 1994 to 1995, she went into her most memorable marriage with Bertrand Burt Gregory, which endured just 5 months. She transparently examined her battles with cocaine fixation occurred in the last part of the 1980 and mid-1990, a period during which she never looked for therapy. Wendy Williams extended her arrival at Pass Radio, co-facilitating the American Metropolitan Radio Organization's Top 30 USA Tune Commencement program in 1993 and USA Music Magazine in 1994 anyway. By mid-1994, Works confronted a decrease in evaluations because of rivalry from hip bounce arranged WQT, with an end goal to switch this pattern, which moved Wendy back to mornings on September 26, 1994, where she facilitated Breezy and organization. Anyway, the station was bought by Miss Broadcasting. Under 90 days after the fact, prompting her exchange, Wendy Williams' way to deal with a public broadcast included going to gatherings to assemble data for on-air sections and understanding sensationalist newspapers and tattle magazines. Her tattle portions loaded up with hypotheses and strong critique, which acquired both recognition and analysis. Wendy Williams, known for her expression, "How you do," and unmistakable voice, turned into an unmistakable figure in New York media. As her vocation climbed, so did the debate encompassing her. She confronted reactions to her remarks about superstars, incorporating a warm fight with Whitney Houston. Her style of tattle and her unfiltered comments about people of note made her a polarizing figure in the media scene, in spite of the discussions. However, her show evaluations proceeded to rise, and she turned into a sought-after media character. Wendy Williams married Kevin Tracker, a previous salesman, in 1999. Their child, Kevin Tracker Jr., was brought into the world in 2000. She was told about her battles with fruitfulness issues and the difficulties of parenthood. In 2002, Wendy Williams made her presentation in the realm of TV with the partnered television show, The Y. Williams Experience. The show highlighted VIP interviews, hotly debated issues, and garnered crowd support. While it collected consideration, it confronted difficulties in getting a steady time allotment and confronted dropping in 2004 anyway. The retraction was short-lived as The Y. Williams Experience. The show highlighted VIP interviews, hotly debated issues, and garnered crowd support. While it collected consideration, it confronted difficulties in getting a steady time allotment and confronted dropping in 2004 anyway. The retraction was short-lived as the show returned in 2006 with a re-established center around VIP tattle and diversion news. That very year, Wendy Williams distributed her personal history. Wendy has the intensity that gave bits of knowledge into her life vocation and individual difficulties. The book dove into her encounters with illicit drug use, self-perception issues, and connections. Her receptiveness about her battles charmed her to her fans and added to her developing ubiquity. She's additionally dug into the domain of fiction composing, adding to a set of 3 based on the life and profession of a Radio Shock athlete, Ritz Harper, teaming up with New York day-to-day news columnist Karen Tracker. She co-composed the initial 2 books, to be specific. Show as her center name in 2006, and Is She Dead or What in 2007. The third portion, Ritz Harper Went to Hollywood in 2009, which saw a joint effort with David Hughes News Sources. Drew matches between Ritz Harper and Wendy Williams, perceiving similarities in their personas in 2008. Wendy Williams accomplished a vocation. Achievement with the send-off of her daytime syndicated program. The Wendy Williams Show. The show became known for its hotly debated issue fragment, where Williams talked about the most recent VIP news and tattle. With her striking and unashamed methodology, she turned into an easily recognized name, and the show acquired boundless prevalence. The Wendy Williams Show proceeded to make critical progress, procuring Wendy a Daytime Emmy Grant selection for Remarkable Diversion Moderator. The show's organization included interviews with superstars, melodic exhibitions, and crowd connections. Wendy Williams is an on-screen persona character. Thanks for watching this video.